going on 101, and there's so much charting on my chart that I have to erase everything and then redo everything. Okay, so it's live stream now. So apologize if something's not charted and I have to redraw. Okay, so now we're recording, record on the cloud. Zam. It's 027, man. Appreciate you, Jay-Z, for all the songs as well. But the fact that you're here, man, means a lot. I mean, hopefully, it's 6:27 here in Texas. But Eunice, man, Eunice. Why do I know that name from somewhere? I'm from Belgium. You're not the guy from WWA, are you? I heard there's some Eunice from there, and he's like killing the markets. Okay. I would be privileged to be like, hey, it's an honor, dude. Maybe you can show us. But anyway, so lots of things happen. How was everyone's Halloween? Did you guys celebrate? I don't know. A lot of people 027. I'm assuming somewhere in Europe. You probably don't celebrate Halloween, but in Belgium, but it was blessed here, and for the first time in 6 years, I have shaved my beard. That's why I'm not turning on my video, because I'm afraid that everybody's gonna judge. Not that I give a shit.
No, stop. It's not bad.
It's well, now I got like a Homer Simpson buzz cut, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, okay, here goes 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, buddy.
It is what it is. Hey, I look like half of my face is missing, but it's cool. They say I look younger. At least that's good. Yep. So I was Tony Montana for Halloween, but I got everything but Tony Montana. Ryan thinks I look like who? Mark Wahlberg, you said.
Mark Wahlberg, yeah.
Ryan came over. He was a priest. Oh, I know it doesn't look bad. I look ugly. It's not bad. It's just ugly. But anyway, we're here to make money, not to give me compliments. All right, so let's do it. Oh, by the way, are there any people that are new on our stream, or everyone is like repeat business, or do we got people that here for the first time? Well, because I got a couple of things to talk about. So
still 12 or 13 on the attendees.
Oh yeah, I always try to promote everyone, but it's fucking Zoom doesn't work. Oh, here's Conley and Daniel. Daniel, try to promote you too. So a couple of things. Number one, everything we about to say here is just our opinion. You are absolutely entitled to disagree. Trust your own analysis above all. This is not a financial advice of any kind. Number two, for my snipers, we had another person pass FTMO. So congrats to Camille, not Camille, Mario. Yeah, so he passed it. He passed verification today, and now he's got like 4 more days, I think, or something to wait till the Umbrella account. So that brings our count of FTMO sponsored traders to 15, which is very nice. So that's what's up. And now I'm gonna share my screen and talk about some stuff. And then at the end, by the way, guys, at the end, we'll talk about NFTs a little bit because I got some questions. So I will give you my 2 cents on what I think it is and how it works, all of it, like a simplified version. But I am by no means an expert. I just started reading a lot about it and got into it in the past few weeks, and it's I'm about to acquire first 3 angry apes on Friday. But if there's people on the stream who are really good at NFTs or already flipped some or have knowledge, you know, at the end of the stream, we'll definitely ask your opinion because, you, like I said, knowledge is power. I am. It's beyond my head. I'm good at trading. I'm not good at NFTs. At least not yet. 1 second, guys. Sorry. You see, Techno, Mo, that's freaking amazing, brother. So maybe you can teach us all how to hunt before it gets to OpenSea. But anyway, okay, so let's talk about trades that a couple of trades. I'll show you how patience pays off. So EU by far was the easiest trade last week, or trade of the week, I should say. Turn back on my stuff. Very, very simple. If I just, am I sharing the screen? I'm sharing the screen. If I just show you this, like, how easy is this? Like, for people that know how we trade, it should, like, all you gotta do is wait till Thursday. Just freaking wait and do nothing. Have a sell limit or something. You know, if you're one of the people that, this is right here, by the way, proof that even people that have 7 kids and 2 jobs and all this stuff and don't have time to sit and stare at the charts can win in Forex market. And if somebody tells me they don't have time to trade, fuck you. Literally, like, don't tell me that. Because I did, you know, you spend 3 seconds if you know what you're doing, and you can get this trade, and it's going to be like 1 to 20 in one day. So in one trade. All this is a simple supply and demand. I don't even have to talk much about this. We see how this was the place where, like, you can tell that people were trying to buy this out of here, right? Some people think this is a break of structure over here, and they're trying to go here. They don't look at the daily. They don't look at anything. They don't see that we're you know, like, that we're bearish as hell, and just, you know, this was the low, and that maintains bearishness and all this stuff. And some people think this was a break structure that matters, even if by like 1 pip or something, even though this is basically equal highs kind of thing. But inducement, whatever. So people were trying to buy over here, right? So how do I know this was the last point of demand at this point here, guys? I'm on daily, right? Look at this. You see this giant reaction, right? So we reacted from here, engulfed this candle. Some people go, hey, engulfing, let's go up and stuff. And this is nothing more than drop base drop formation, which is one of the strongest supply and demand types, right? So drop base drop. So here was the reaction, and then we broke through this demand, automatically turning into supply. And if you look at on daily, right, this was the last reaction up, and then we did a little reaction here, mitigated, and came down. So, but technically, this whole area here is the supply. And somebody, I can see or feel the question already coming about how, well, how do you know to put stop loss above here or above here or where? And the answer is you don't. You try and error. Do you think I don't lose ever? Yeah, right. You know, but I'm not afraid to lose, because when I lose small, that's why you have stop loss. I can figure out then what to do after I lose, if I lose, right? Like, let's say you were here and you see where my thing is, but let's say you were here and we're putting stop loss like right there, and you just got you know, stopped out, and then it came down. I guarantee you I can come to 5 minutes or 1 minute, and there will be a break of order flow to the downside. So guess what? You lose one trade, you wait for break of order flow, you get in with the confirmation, and you're done, because you'll still go 1 to 15 after you lose just one, right? So I lose one, I win 15, I still up 14. It's a freaking simple math. But there's other ways to, we're not covering how the protocol of entry. That's for my students. But essentially, there's ways to enter this after it did the takeout and sweep of liquidity. Okay, so if we go a little bit more into it, we had the high of the week sitting over here, right? The high of the week sitting here. But check this out, guys. Let's talk about order flow and structure, right? We have the high, the low, the high, all this liquidity gets taken out. Is this low taken? No. So this is low is not taken. Where were we coming down from? We were coming down from this high, right? So this high gave this move down in a complex pullback down, but it failed to break the slow, makes this high automatic inducement and a target. That should tell you right there, okay, I was wondering if I can get in over here, some kind of, what's it called? Reaccumulation, Wyckoff reaccumulation, whatever, or whatever you want. And by the way, you could have easily gotten into here just from the box model here on the buy as well. You could have taken this whole candle as a move down before up move, and you could have killed this hot, you know, Thursday. I think it was news or something, rates or some stuff it was. But anyway, so the bottom line is, if you didn't get into this, what do people do? This is what people do, guys. They look just at this right here. They don't switch to daily. They don't work multiple time frames. They don't look at that right here. They don't look at the last point of supply. They think short term. They think, oh, wait, so we swapped something here out of order block, and now what do we have? We have a break of structure. So what do automatically smart money traders do? What do? They say, oh, I'm gonna get in here. Some people say this, I'm gonna go from here to here. And what's the fib? You know, some people go below 50, 61, 78, 71, whatever. They try to get in here and they get killed. Why? Well, because we're still freaking bearish. And remember the 4 questions that I asked, right? I talk about it last 4 streams. The 4 questions. Number 1 important question is, where is retail sitting? How do I know where retail is sitting? Well, let's see. Retail is always sitting in support and resistance. Would you agree that this is support and resistance if I draw my line right here? Approximately. So that's support resistance. So if this is support and I'm retail and I'm buying right here, where am I putting my stop loss? The swing low. So why the hell would you try to buy here? That's where all the stops are. Oh, well, Yuri, but it broke structure. Sure. It did. But did it really break structure, or just broke structure on some smaller time frame? What about daily? Did it break shit? It's at 50%. It's at a flip zone. Flippy zone. It didn't break anything significant. We like, even if we come all the way up here, we still got point of supply here. We're still bearish on daily. Super bearish. So yeah, so gotta be aware of this, and just think about how much money you had to put this way to take out all of this and all of this, and why are we taking all of this liquidity to the top, and how much can we go? You know, like, we need this liquidity for something. I say this all the time. If we're basically exploding from place up like this is nothing more than inducing all the FOMO people to get on a buy and not miss out, right? So simple. But anyway, if you don't understand any of that, it's okay. All you gotta understand is higher time frame is key. Here's your supply and demand. If this one didn't hold, it will come over here. That's the next level. But it held, right? In fact, it could come over here first and pull back, take out the break and retest, if you will, and come to this, extreme. It could, but where do I think? Yeah, I already said this. If you look at weekly and higher, you will see that where did we start our movement and where is the 50% of this move and where is the exchange point from the overall structure, where is supply and demand sitting is right here, right in this area. So we have to get here. Right now we're reacting somewhere from, why is it different? I think on FXCM, this wick is actually higher. Pretty sure. So we're reacting from this here, supply, right? From this here supply, which it's okay to react from here, either, sideways or even come here, like I said, but we ultimately got to make it into this spot. So I think we're going to continue bearish personally. So that's where, so now we should be looking for a good way to enter the sell. I'm gonna clean this up that I like drawing when I talk. All right, so if you look, once again, I drew this line here because this right here is another drop base drop. Market is fractal. So here's the drop, the base move up and down. So this here area, this here area is the area that I was looking for to sell down first, right? Somewhere in here. Obviously I need a break of order flow. I'm not putting any limits, nothing like that, but this looks really good here. This area looks really good, right? Especially if we're gonna come down and then explode here to go down. Possibly, right? We could go up as well, but I don't guess. I react. But this is perfect. Right now, this is perfect price action. You have the low, creating some more liquidity. Most likely, this is what I want to see, right? This is what I want to see. I want to see this. And same thing, right? I'll create structure. I want to grab the structure into the supply. Could come higher. By the way, if we can have someone track whoever comes to these streams all the time on my predictions. I hate predicting, but I want to have a tally of how many times I'm right. Just for the personal thing. Hey, Yingy, what's up? What's G's about? Oh, about how easy it was to snipe this? Yeah, that was, like I said, it was EU trade of the week. For sure. For me. And I got stopped out first here because I just had a very tight stop loss, but I re-entered right back and it was freaking amazing. So, okay, that was one trade. The other one was gold. And that one was pure order flow. Gold mastery on a Friday. So I knew we were bearish and then it confused me. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, 7,000%. It's pretty freaking awesome. Yeah, you got a chart? Yeah, share it. Anyway, so this was AMD with the liquidity grab in between, which is actually part of the cycle sometimes. So you got what you got here is the manipulation to the upside, break of structure to the downside. This manipulation was actually the inducement, so you take out the inducement and go. Now this is the hardest pattern for inducement to me to spot because of my belief of, hey, you know, it should be manipulation to the one side, to the second side, and then box model mitigate here. So this is where I get caught all the time. But as a, yeah, but check this out, legend. Check this out, dude. After that, this is where like most people get frustrated and like throw shit at their screen and all that. Not me though. What you gotta do here is figure out what the fuck happened. And what they do is they, you know, they manipulated this thing up. Cause this is what I wait for. Okay, are we, you know, we're still coming high, low, but we got liquidity here. So I'm looking for something here and I wasn't feeling it. You know, I wasn't feeling it at this point. So then we moved up. So I was like, oh, we're coming down. And then we finally broke this low. So I'm like, great. This was the manipulation. This was the distribution. And now we need mitigation. Perfect. Last point of liquidity is here. I'm going to enter with the stop loss there perfectly. It's not going to hit me. And of course, it just kept going. Actually, it did the reaction here. So I was like, hey, stop loss and profit. Done. You know, so sad. But what happened next, guys, is key. Right? I keep saying like pay attention to, I have to switch to 1 minute because that's what I do when I want granular detail in the area that I know is pivotal. All right, okay, let me clean it up for a second.
And real quick too, any questions you guys have, please put them in the Q&A. And those on YouTube, put your questions in there and I'll answer them best I can. And if we need to demonstrate, I'll let Gary know.
Yeah, thanks. That's a good point. I forgot to say about that. So yeah, so if you look on 1 minute of what happened here. Is we had the reaction right here. Right? Had the reaction, but we failed to do anything with it, and then we broke. So once again, it's a drop-based drop. So if this was, when you're here and you see this big reaction, then it's a battle of supply and demand, and you don't know what's going on. So this here, wick, comes right to the end of this, reacts up, and sells off, right? So wicks is always tells you where the last supply or demand lies. This wick here is a reaction from this order block. So guess what? How fucking awesome is that? No, this is where I entered. That's the second, you know, second time. The first time was over here. Second time was all the way over here. So this is like several hours later. This is 5 in the morning. This is 7:30 in the morning. So this was actually me not being able to sleep because I have insomnia because of my arm. But this was actually trade, you know, live. This was traded live, given out to my guys. So this is pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. This confused me later, but I held. Or no, this was before it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this was a pretty good one. Pretty good one. Does anyone have a question about how to get in to get in like this here time frame? What is this? 15 minute, just beautiful. Like look at this wick, and then just imbalance and boom, and then just straight back into it. Just clean as hell. That's why I love gold. It's clean as hell. And now again, this move up before move down is the first area. That's our pivotal area. Now I think gold is actually going to go up. For 2 reasons. Everyone's freaking buying it right now. So they need to give them some hope. So I think Asia would keep going up. and London will actually take out all of this last week's high into my area at 1820. If you look on daily, trade alert, trade alert. So swept some liquidity down, had a reaction. I think we're gonna go again. I don't know, but if I'm gonna be chilling, I hope this is what's gonna happen, and we come into here. This was the manipulation up before it went down and started breaking down. So this is where I hope it's gonna go. If it takes it out, it's gonna take out that and then for sure turn around from here. So 1820, 1860 are two areas where my eyes are at right now for the sell on gold. So until then, you need to find place to buy. Of course, I'm not trading right now, so I don't care. But if you're trading London, you know, pay attention to what it does. Pay attention to order flow. Right now, we're still bullish, right? We're still bullish, but we failed to take this high right now. So we're sitting in this range. This is me showing you some sauce, right? We're sitting here in this range right now. You can say even lower in this range. But if you follow the order flow, I can say that, you know, this low made this high and then that low failed to take the high, right? So if we take this low, you would say that's an order flow shift. However, I don't like this order flow shift because there's no place where I can put my trade. I'm not gonna come up with some shit out of my ass just to come up with the trade. So to me, if this low gets taken, it's gonna be a liquidity battle, meaning we're gonna take this low, and we're gonna take this high and this high, and then we're gonna keep coming down and maybe then do stuff. So you gotta watch for what happens and understand that the best play is play outside of the range. So outside of the range is where you want to place your trades. And you can obviously see the order block here underneath as well. Because again, I ask you, where is retail? And retail is going to be sitting at these points right here. So if it's sitting here, that is the stop loss for retail. So you want to be underneath the stop loss of retail. If retail is sitting and thinking this is some kind of trend line or some kind of resistance there, you want to be outside of that. And there's things you can find always. This could be like if you only can do sell limits and you can't sit there and watch the market, this is a perfect, you know, this is the kind of trades that you know, you can show to your mama and be proud. You know, that's a pretty awesome trade, 1 to 16. Or if you want to be super awesome, 1 to 22. Right? So that's the kind of sell limits you can add. Are you going to hit everything? Absolutely not. You're going to get stopped out or you're going to miss out. That's okay. But when you hit this, it's cool. At least it's a smart setup. Of course, nothing beats when you can see price action, understand it. But if, you know, everyone has different circumstances, which I say to people, like, who are you trying to impress? Trying to impress your freaking peers or someone who is like showing off, or your friends that don't believe you? Like, what the fuck, man? You're supposed to impress yourself. Like, bring money home. Who cares how you got it, right? So in that case, what I tell people, if you're not sure, reduce your risk and make a stop loss like this, like, and then when you post it on Instagram, you know, put the stop loss in profit. You'll be fine. Like, nobody's gonna know. Holy crap, that's cheating. What? No, that's protecting your equity, dumbass. So you know, always it's kind of like, if you, what is the saying? If you're not offensive, you're not gonna win anything. If you're not defensive, then you're not going to keep anything. Something like that. I don't know, Ryan, if you know the saying for sure.
Heard that one, but it makes sense.
There is no place to put a trade. I mean, there's no unmitigated order block from the banks. There is no, all of this is liquidity to me. There's no place where there was no exchange. This is better to put it that way, right? When you see wicks and candles like this, you see like this wick on this side of this candle, this wick on the side of the candle. There's trades all over here. There's trades both offered, sells and buys equally. There's the exchange of orders. In order to sell, you need to buy, you need to buy, you need to sell, right? But in places like this, you see a sell down and a buy up, but you see this imbalance, so to speak, right? So there's no orders here. There's not enough sell orders. There's a lot more buy orders here than there are sell orders. So, and banks get in obviously on the wicks from the bottom and then mitigations like this. So you see how wick to wick that mitigated and it came here, and like I wouldn't be able to enter this. This is weird thing, but it's just a chop and order flow shift. I could have entered this easily, right? So when I see at this, you know, on 15 minutes, I can go to 1 minute and probably come up with some stuff, but I don't like, that's why I never did drugs. I don't like coming up with shit that's not there. There's nowhere to put a sell for me in here.
Another way
You gotta
to
think
go
about
about
where
it.
you're gonna put, yeah, go ahead, Brian.
Another way to go about it too is look where the momentum changed. Like, you know, where did something get, you know, it was moving maybe sideways and it started getting higher highs and the pullbacks were lower and started expanding, kind of like a slinky. You know, you can see where a lot of money was put into the market. Now, those are areas that we want to exploit, and it's better to do it at the extremes because that's where the bank sits. They want to buy lower and sell higher than everybody else. So find out where that momentum changed. If it's really like moving almost sideways and they're not, you know, not moving more than 3 or 4 pips, why would you want to gamble there? That because there's as many buys as sells at the same spot. They're trying to figure out how they can shake dumb money out of the market. And so that's essentially what you're doing, especially when you guys get honed in on the 1 minute and the 5 minute charts. You are the victim to the shark. And so you gotta look at the big picture. So find out where those really momentum's really shifted. And then you'll be on
And the thing is,
path.
we just discussed with Legend, right, that we got screwed on the first trade over here before I get in this amazing trade. This is where the whole dirty deeds were happening. So that means, like, think about this, guys. Somebody put a manipulation over here, like let's say $1,000, 1,000 million, whatever, 1 billion. I don't know how many. And then they did 3 billion right back. Right? But then they were in drawdown on this order on this white candle. So as they went up here, they closed this order, but they actually manipulate the hell over here out of it and put like, I don't know, 5 billion and then 10 billion back again. So the last liquidity, of course, when people who are smart were putting, like us, you know, we're putting orders here, our stops were right there. So those stops were ran. Market expanded past where there was no drawdown and came down. So where did market expand past the last exchange? Over here. So this top square that I have is an incredibly high probable trade if price action keeps going like this, which is basically right now luring in sellers slowly, right? There's no banks here. This is basically banks providing liquidity so they can suck in people that are selling, that are selling, that are selling, that are selling, maybe take out people that are trying to buy from support resistance, take out the stops, mitigate from their position right here, explode back to where the manipulation happened, and then drop the market below this low. Now, this is 100% speculation based on price action that's right here, right now. You know, we could be doing something like this, taking market sideways, doing the AMD on this side, you know, then coming back up, taken out all of this liquidity that was created during Asia right now into the manipulation to the extreme, sucking in all the buyers that are going to be obviously, oh, I know gold is going up, fucking let's get the buy, and then this shit is going to drop just like it did over here. So, I mean, it's just one scenario. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It'd be fucking awesome if it happens. Then I can be put on the wall out there with Van Gogh and stuff. Yeah,
Well,
but
history often repeats itself, and that's exactly correct. So if you guys go do some back testing, just measure how long the drop was and go previous. There probably was a buy almost the same distance.
well, that's
you know.
why those things like Elliott waves and harmonics and all that shit works sometimes because it's measured moves.
That's right.
Cycled. Hey, Vincent, you are welcome. You missed the sauce, but you know you can always rewatch it on YouTube. By the way, guys, number one, the stream that you got through here, if you got on Zoom, it's always the same link. I get tired sometimes. I forget sometimes. Mike forgets sometimes. If you're from Mike's group, just bookmark that link somewhere. It's always the same link. If you're joining on YouTube, subscribe so you don't miss another thing. You know, like us, whatever, all that stuff.
Before anybody asks, here it is. There's the link.
Oh, that's a link to today's stream.
Today's on
Oh,
YouTube.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. And then our nicknames, I changed yours, Ryan, to your Instagram and mine to my Instagram. So if you want to have any questions, charts, or anything, you can always find us on Instagram through that. Friend us, follow us, whatever. Okay, so that's what I see on gold right now. You know, again, what are the 4 questions? Where is liquidity? Where is retail? What is higher time frame doing? Where did the bank get in? Right? And then to answer the question of where did the bank get in, you need to understand supply and demand and understand that once market breaks through a certain supply or demand, there's only 2 points that you can enter, which is 1, exchange, 2, extreme. That's it, right? Keep the fucking thing simple. All right, let's go to GU. GU, did I play GU? I think I did, but now I don't remember where. See, that's what happens when I erase stuff. Okay, so I was, oh, Tuesday is where I entered, yeah, okay. No, I wanted to enter, it never freaking came enough. I wanted it to come here. I was close though. I was very close. It's just, I should have grabbed the bigger area over here and would have been fine. But wanted to snipe. That's why Peter always says, hey, you don't need like small time frames. Yeah, I tried to snipe like 1.5 stop or something. I miss out a lot. It's okay. But anyways, let's look at what it's doing now. I'm gonna erase everything. This was beautiful trade for a buy as well. Holy crap. It's amazing what you can see when you're like relaxed and just seeing stuff. So several opportunities here to get in a buy. And it's all it is, guys. It's battle of supply and demand. You just got to pay attention to what wins. Wah! All right, sweet. Furious Sniper. So yeah, okay. This was here. Okay, I remember the buy now. All right, I did. What's Kevin? What's going on? Was it not recorded before? Or it just popped up. Yeah, legend. Hey, you can't win them all. Can't win them all. It's all good. So in here, this was the GU buy on, what is it, Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. So on Wednesday, we were going down, right? We're bearish here. We come here, we react. right here is the supply and demand, right? Why? Because we reacted like crazy. So that's demand. We react, we drop. Again, drop base drop. Cool. We come back into the supply and we actually take out, this is the crazy thing. So we take out this low here. All right. Why did I draw that line over there? Oh, because we didn't break. Okay. All right. We didn't break any significant structure, but we take out this small low. So at this point, a lot of people would be tempted to get into a sell right here because, again, you know, structure says, or order flow says we're still bearish. You know, mitigated here. Now we took out the low, and now people try to get in, and of course they get wiped. The big picture though is we came from here, but regardless, right? So if you think about this, okay, what just happened? I got, let's say you got screwed. Boom. So what does that mean? That means that the order flow actually shifted earlier. So you need to see where the order flow shifted. And if you look closely, what did we miss? What did we miss? We missed this. This low took out that low. And then we had a reaction from the exchange point. From here, we failed to break this low. And then we broke this last high that created this low. So guess what? How awesome is that? This order block led to the break of this structure. So that is where we came to. Of course, we went just a little bit past it just for the good measure. But it was this here that it came to, reaccumulated and went up. Like this is 5 minutes. I realized we're on a small time frame, which is fine. And then you had the reentry opportunity over here. How the hell would you reenter here? Simple, because it's my favorite pattern that I see everywhere. This manipulation right here happens every freaking single day. I talk about this. Where is retail? Right here. What is this? Break and retest. What do we do after we break and retest? Take out the retest. What is this? Supply. Extreme supply, right? Right under the retest. Break, retest, take out the retest, and then go up. So that was a good trade. All right. Hopefully that made sense. Now, I want to address something. There was a scuffle. I don't know if the people are here from the scuffle. Like a discussion, I should say, on in Aporia, I believe. And they were discussing structure. And I believe Benji, respect, cool dude. But he was arguing that he was saying for hours or years that about a certain spot that wasn't the break of structure. And the other guy was saying, yeah, it was the break of structure. So I wanted to, what's it called? Like Papa, you know, I changed my name from Papa Fury to Lord Fury back, so that it's my name, not what I had to do for a certain time, and I am. But anyway, I wanted like a Papa to take my kids and be like, "Hey, kids, don't fight. Let me explain to you something." All right. So first of all, I don't care if the damn wick takes out structure by 1 pip. To me, personally, it is a break of structure. Can the break of structure be invalidated? Fuck yeah. Can supply be bigger than demand? Hell yeah. Can the break of structure be on purpose to redistribute and take the other side and basically break structure to the top and break structure to the bottom? Absolutely. So, thank you, Demi. But let me show you what I mean. So the spot was right here. I looked it up, right? So a lot of people were arguing that, I don't know if it was me or whoever said that this is break of structure. Yes, it is. Yes, it fucking is. Does it mean that this break of structure is significant? No. Look at what happens. If you just understand what's happening with supply and demand, you don't like, okay, so what you argue is, let's say this is the buy that led to the break of structure that I said is a break of structure, right? Okay, so we know that this is mitigated, so you'd probably look for a buy somewhere here. Okay, if I break this down though, you can see how there's a reaction from this demand. Guess what happened? This reaction is shit. But it's a reaction. I mean, it's just on the daily, I don't know what it is, maybe like 30, 40 pips reaction, and then drop. Just a drop, base drop. That's all it is. So that means supply. This was demand. This was a reaction. There were orders here. It's just there was so much, as Ryan would say, momentum and so much pressure from the sellers that it failed. Now, if you go to the weekly, here's the thing. Do you think we broke structure? I think so. That's a fucking break of structure. Did we retrace at least 50%? No. Are we allowed to go down? Fuck yeah. Now, if there's some kind of pandemic or some bullshit and it just drops, then okay, I rest my case. I lost one trade. Holy crap. But if it doesn't, then I'm pretty fucking sure that I'm okay if I wait, if it's okay with you, if I wait to buy from some of this area right here, when it takes out all of this liquidity at some point 5 years from now, I don't know. And when I buy from out of here, it goes over there, then I'm gonna say, hey, remember how you said that's not break a structure? Well, guess what? I thought it was. And guess what? It was. So stop arguing about stupid shit like this. Understand that if you play soccer and the ball crosses the line, it's a goal. It's a freaking goal. It counts.
Well,
So-
and simply with the numbers, if we actually had an order book, it would say it's the high. You know,
Now, here's another thing. Like, let's go there into the June real fast. And obviously, and this is funny, it's like, oh, I've been saying this is distribution. I can see that's a distribution from this. I can also see what this was. What is this? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, mitigation. I can see the AMD. I can see that. And let's break this down. All right, we got the break of structure. That was the high. What created it? This low. What is this? Reaction. Did we fail to create a higher high? Yes. Did we break liquidity? Yes. Did we shift the order flow? Yes. What are the 2 points that it's going to react from? Exchange point of the last, look at this imbalance, this on the other side. That's what they came through. How do I know this is a legit supply level? Look at the reaction. Look at the wick over here. You see this wick? So there was supply. That wick. So the actual order flow happened even earlier. Holy shit. So boom, the wick fails to make a high, breaks this low that made the high, That's it. Now you gotta wait either at supply or at extreme. It's a sell. Okay. Cool. Now let's say I didn't see this and let's say I didn't see this and I tried to buy over here. I tried to buy over here and I lost this trade. Do you think I would try to enter buy again? No, I would have seen it. Okay, I lost one trade. I'd have gotten into this trade, maybe this trade. Maybe I missed this one because it never came there. So I'd have got 1 to 2 here, 1 to 5 here, came to extreme, like some more if I held, whatever, depends, right? Then it was just beauty ranges and less points of supplies, liquidity to liquidity, liquidity to liquidity. Reams happen, right? And then extreme mitigation and die. But whatever. All I'm just saying is understand that this is what I like about Peter. Like he doesn't hide his emotions. He's very emotional when it comes to telling people, for those who were at boot camp, that there's no there's no side movements of the market. It's always going down or going up. There's on some frame, on some structure. Yeah. So it's true. So structure is like an order flow, and we can think about it differently. It's okay. We disagree. I'm just showing you that on a globe, on the weekly, on the big picture, where we at, it is time for retracement. The wick is always the liquidity. Taking the wick like this, even by a little bit, that is break of structure to me, and should be to everyone. That's what it is. You know.
And just to take it back to the basics, where's your 50%? You know, why would you be getting in buys?
Yeah.
You're way above it. You know, you're buying an expensive area.
Exactly.
So,
it's a break of structure, but you gotta look at, I mean, but that's because people look at 5 minutes, and on 5 minutes, sure fucking looks like, you know, you're gonna lose a trade or two. And it's okay. It's okay to lose. I just keep telling people, like, relax. So that I hope that clears up about structure and whatever. And it also, it's not about freaking being right. Like, it's about helping each other. So like,
well, the key to losing is admitting you're wrong and just reanalyzing it. So taking your loss and turning it into a win.
Yeah, but analyze your loss right when it happens, and then shit. And then turn it into a winner, like you said, right? That's what I do. Like if I say, hey, I want to trade GU today, I'm gonna squeeze the shit out of it. I lose, I'll get right back and I'll win. All right, so all right, US 100. Boy, was that pair crazy today. But we're talking about my trade on Friday. It was just, this was like the cleanest freaking thing as well. Every day is just doing simple high to the low, to the high, to the low, to the high, to the low, it just keeps going. Like it does a bunch of crazy, twisty, wicky things, but just extreme to extreme to extreme to extreme. So this was simple. Now, what I say, my favorite pattern is break of structure, retest, huge break of structure again, take out the retest. In this case, it's a wick. Wicks are what? Liquidity. Take out all liquidity to the extreme from which we exploded. And, you know, this was my trade, like, fucking just to here, but whatever. This is what, 1, 2, 35. Now the thing is, here, again, like, you got in here and you put stop loss and profit when it gets here. It could have easily mitigated and can't start coming up, but it came here. Now let's look about how easy this was, though. I keep saying this. So follow the order flow. Low, high, low, high, low. Which order block created that low? Right there. We bounce from the last point of supply into what? Nothing, right? We fail to create a lower low. And then what we do? Right? We break this order block that created the lower low. Right there. So right after we take this out, this is how market, man, this is so beautiful. I forgot already how beautiful it is. Look, guys, right? So I just showed you the break and retest, right? Look at what's happening here. Support resistance. Break, retest, break a structure, take out all the liquidity and go. Take out the retest and go. So as soon as this, so we reacted from here. What you wait is the second thing is for this to keep intact. The second thing you wait for is the break of this order block. Once this order block happens, you got to figure out where we're gonna react. One is exchange, one is extreme. Now, the thing about exchange, you got to see that it was not reacted before, and it was. This was the exchange. We already had a reaction. So now you can't get into here because you understand that bank got in here. This was the first mitigation, second mitigation that's already sucking people to a buy. So that needs to be cleaned. That liquidity inducement needs to be cleaned in order to do this. Now, in this case, instead of trying to super precise, you just go underneath this last wick or on the wick until the bottom. So that would be your trade, right? That whole area is what you're gonna risk to go to. So easy order flow shift trade to go to over here. All right. All right. Hope that makes sense. Come back, go over that again, Vincent. I'm sorry. Where? Come back to where? You can unmute yourself and talk. Or not. Still there, Vincent? OG. Maybe yes, maybe no. I can't, what does that mean? I'm sorry. All right, I'm coming back. Friday. Look at Friday. All right, find Friday, 5 minutes. You're with me? Find Friday on US 100 on 5 minutes. Blow it up. Put it on the screen. Friday. And look at this formation here, right? You can say that this is Wyckoff if you want, if that's what makes you happy, because it is, right? But it's gonna take you forever and you're not gonna get in that low. You could get in with Wyckoff over here in the BULPS area, if you know how Wyckoff works. But regardless, if you just look at order flow, right, and you see the bottom of the range is right here. So if you see the bottom of the range right here, you know that's gonna at least get taken. So you wait, but then you just go high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, right? So that low that took out liquidity, right? All the liquidity here. You have to figure out what order block, where did we run away from? We ran away from over here, right? So this formed this low, then we came into that order block, failed to do anything. This was the reaction from here. We failed to make a lower low. Then we broke that spot that did make a lower low, right? This one failed. This one made the lower low. And then we take it out right here. Once that happens, you want to get in on two places. One is exchange, which is right here. One is extreme, which is underneath all the liquidity inducement, which is all of these things. So the exchange will always get taken out. Break, retest, take out the retest. You can still, I guess, technically, once this high was taken, get in here and make whatever this much money. However, that's very risky and I don't recommend it. But I mean, now I see that's risky, you know, he could have gone up from there. So that's one point is an exchange. That's the other point, extreme. So once the order flow shifted, you got always 2 points to get into and one of them will succeed for sure. Does that make sense, Vincent? Ricky understood. Ricky Torres, you got it. Vincent, if you got any questions, Ricky is your boy. He can tell you, he got you. All right, cool. All right, so we got that. That was the trade. Also good. Unfortunately, I put a very small research position on it because I wasn't confident. Sometimes I get scared. It happens to me too. On TradingView, I'm a millionaire a long time ago. Oh boy, Fernando. That's obviously ICT slash trade house teachings. So yeah, no. Or is it my teaching? Last candle with imbalance, I guess, engulfed. So instead of figuring that out, just like I said, don't be greedy. This is what I realized. I got too greedy as the years went by. So instead of trying to get like this type of stop loss, just understand that last point of liquidity is here. The shift, you know, it happened from here that started everything. The extreme, right? So this, I don't want to figure out if it's going to come to the very last, or it's going to come here, or it's going to come to some people saying balance or the width. Just take this whole area as stop loss. Not that much. It's like, what is that? Maybe 15, 16 points on NAS. It's not that much. Just reduce your, or keep your risk the same. Just reduce your position size and get in here. Because these moves are crazy. It's going to be enough money for you. I can't tell you how many times I missed out because I'm only looking for like, oh shit, it's going to come to the very extreme. It doesn't always happen that way. You know, and you can't, if somebody says he always gets the perfect snipe, you know, I'm going to call him a liar. It's because understand the banks know where the orders are. So the algorithm is going to be the most efficient when it's going to avoid the most orders that it doesn't need to pick up, if that makes sense. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to get filled. You know, it could have come lower into the very extreme. It just so happened that it did. So, but this is what I also said to my students, you're going to miss out. You like, you know, this, how many times did you lose? Ask yourself that question. How many times did you lose because you got into a FOMO or you got pissed that you didn't get filled at the perfect position and you started chasing the market? And then sometimes it works out still, sometimes it gets against you. But that, you know, that was a gamble. You know, deep inside, there's a fucking, you not being disciplined. You have to be okay with missing out. You're going to miss out all the fucking time. But exactly. So stop self-sabotaging. When you see yourself doing that, you have to like keep asking yourself a question. Am I a professional trader? Am I treating this as a professional way to make money? Or am I gambling because I'm just frustrated that I didn't get into this trade? And if the answer is the latter, shit, you need to do something. Wim Hof, meditate, whatever. I don't know what it is for you. Right now, unfortunately, my outlet has been taken away and I still got 5 months to recover. So, but because the gym is, lifting iron is that for me. But anyway, let's see what Nasdaq is gonna do now. Oh shit. So looks like we have mitigated from an hourly order block over here. And we're chopping around down. So again, like I don't like any of this. I hate all of this. So we got what, you know, um from the high point, from the top, the order flow is here. From the bottom, the order flow is here. What's gonna win? Is supply gonna be bigger than demand, or is the demand gonna be bigger than supply? And we're bullish, so I'm always looking to fucking buy Nasdaq, right? I'm not looking to sell it almost ever. But we got some things to look at, right? There is this order block here. We're going to have a reaction. We're going to have a reaction. When we have a reaction, are we going to make a higher high? Or are we gonna fail? So I don't know. But if we have a reaction and we make a higher high, perfect. Get in when it comes back, right? Exchange or extreme. If there's more to it, but I'm just saying, right? If we have a poor reaction, wait till the range is taken out. Where's our range? Our range is right here. And currently right here. So that's our range. Right? Because we mitigate from there. We haven't done anything yet. This is the liquidity. Where is retail? The fuck is retail? Retail is here. This should explain why, to some people, why I wouldn't take this candle if it takes out this wick. I will not look here because that's liquidity. That's the exchange point. So if we take out this wick and have a reaction from here, perfect. But if we come lower when we take it out, no, I'm sitting pretty. Because right now, this is the area where I think we need to come back to. Well, at the very least here. At the very least, this exchange. Right? Then I need to look at smaller time frame to see something else. Come on, TradingView. Yeah. Right underneath all this liquidity too. I like this. So this is a good place to buy. I'm almost certain this is like 61.8 retail level or something like that. Below 50%. So this is good. But right now I'm sitting on my hands. It should be 2. It's Asian range. We got to see what London does. This is why I like trading when New York opens, New York Exchange opens for the indices, because at that point you already almost always know what's going to happen. But ideally we take out this low, and then have a reaction, and then take out one more time this low, come into here, and then move up. If we come up, let's say mitigate from here, something from the middle, and come up and take the high, then you got to watch what happens at the upper range. And this is what I say, play outside the ranges. So it's very possible that it's going to come to this extreme, for instance. This is what I was saying earlier. I didn't see on the other chart. Here I do. So let's say it comes into here and makes a wick into there and comes back into the range, right? And then does an engulfing candle, then it's perfectly okay to enter on 50% on that engulfing candle with the stop loss above there and your TP at this wick. Then it's okay for me to go for a short. It'd be like this. Oh, come on. It'd be like this. Bam, bam. like that. And it's okay. So, but first we need to take out this, the high of the range, right? So maybe you come down and then we take out the high during London and come back, then it's okay to take it here. And in that case, I would go again, wait for this type of range and then look for an order flow shift here, just like we did right there, just like I showed you, just like we did right here. So you just look for boom, 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 fail, break, retest, or retest up. That's it. That's the NASDAQ plan, and that was an awesome trade that happened on Friday. Okay, that's my pairs. Let's look at other pairs that people want to see. Bam, 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 bam. Oh my God, GA. So GA is at equilibrium right now, right? Let me look. Can you remove the stuff on the top real fast, Ryan? I think people wrote it down already. GA. Somebody see GA? GA is out of here, somebody.
Sometimes it doesn't let me. I don't know why.
Ah,
Sorry.
what is up with my computer? Oh yeah. So GA is super bearish, huh? Holy crap. 75%.
It's stuck.
What's going on, Ryan? Having problems, technical difficulties?
Always, you know that. I hit clear and then I hit try to do the eraser thing. It's like,
All right, I'll got it. Bye.
oh, there you go.
Okay, so you can see if you look at the sentiment on GA, you can see that people are going, oh, it cannot possibly go lower than that. Let's start buying like crazy. And what is price doing? Just slow death. Nothing but bears, right? And why would people think we need to buy? Hmm. Maybe because that's their buy area. So if we're buying right now and increasing buying, on a daily, it's tough to tell, hard to tell, but we're not there yet. I mean, this is the last point of liquidity right there. So until we reach here, there is no buying until we break this. So the first possible area, pivotal area where it can go is here. All right, and of course, then this area here is the next area. So we're how far? Still 60 pips away from the liquidity. And I don't even think this is gonna hold. I think it's gonna go a little lower. So what you should be thinking to yourself is, where can I get into a sell? So here's the exchange. Okay, 1 second. Work in multiple time frames. This is how you work with multiple time frames, guys. Don't get stuck. Goddamn tunnel vision on a goddamn one time frame. Okay. So we already came here. And we did not come over there. All right. Yes, 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 yes. What's his name? Gerald Peters says, yes, 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 yes. All right, so these are two nice, clean areas that you should look for a sell. Because everything else has been mitigated through it's like 100 pips away, but it's a perfect F up. Because right now, okay, where oh, what? It could be that it comes here. Okay, well, right now we are in this range.
Hey, Yuri, a quick question on that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how do you know the price is in equilibrium in case of GA? Is that a view from the daily time frame?
Yeah, so look at, okay, so I mean, you can see how many times the price spent here, right? It whenever it comes from the bottom, you see where the line is right now. So a little bit higher where it started. If you look at a little bit higher right here, see this? Bounce, 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 bounce. You see? So they treat this, or they meaning regular retail thinks of this as support and resistance on a daily. So this whole area is equilibrium. Now the other way you can look at volume profile. What the hell? Oh, not that one. Volume. No. Hang on. Visible range. That's the one, right? So look at that. Right? Look, do you see this on the right? Do you see where the red line is?
Yeah, I can see.
That's where most orders, you see how big, blue is buys, that is sells, I think. The yellow is sells, blue is buys, or maybe the other way around. I can't remember. I haven't used it. The point is that red line represents in the visible window the most orders took place right where we at, like literally right where we at right now. So that's the equilibrium. That's the flippy zone. That's where price likes to flip, pivot, blah, 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 suck people in. Most of the trading happens right now because people are impatient and they trade, in the range as opposed to when the price is, established where it's going. So right
I don't
now we
know
got
how to use volume profile.
all I
When
did
do you
was
use it?
So I mean, I don't use it anymore at all. I'm just giving you more than one way to look at it. The point is, you look on the daily and pay attention to where the place where the price hung out the most, or where it bounces about the same area. So where I put the line, your price hangs near that line all the time. It spent so much time hanging out in this area, right? So that's how it's probably also 61.8 type of shit or something. No, not 61.8. Never mind. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, you know, people are gonna start buying here because this is what they see. They see that price is here, you know, bouncing around. They see the price bounced here. They see the price bounce here. They see the price bounce here. They see price. That's for them a support resistance. So if it is support resistance, guess where they're gonna be putting stop losses under swing lows, which is why I'm saying price will definitely come below this point. Because that's where, you know, most people will be. And this is daily, so this is significant. You know, what is this? Like 50, 60 pips down from where we're at right now. So by that time, they take out the liquidity, come to the place where the order flow shift happened, which is either here or here, which is where they are in drawdown, the banks, because this was the place where the bank got in, right? They shifted to the downside and went up, reaccumulated, boom. Right, so they got in here and here. So they're gonna buy below everyone, like Ryan mentioned earlier, right? So they're gonna wait to take out all of the stops here. So if we come in the area and we have a reaction, wait for it to shift order flow and go. If you're trading right now, it's probably dead end because it's Asia. But most likely will come lower and we'll keep going. But the fact that there's a wick here means it's liquidity already. So it could drop below here, start doing this type of shit, come up, you know, take out this high and drop, or take out this high, drop, come one more time, go to this area, which I marked up earlier. This would be amazing sell if it can come here. Tuesday usually forms the high of the week. Today, nice, Jameson. News at 11:30 in the morning tomorrow, or is it, or tonight, 11:30 p.m. There we go. So that should give you enough. Maybe you'll do something like this, and then you'll be good setup for a sell because we're still freaking bearish, still super bearish. We still haven't retraced enough. So news is an excuse to probably like manipulate it up and then manipulate it down. Okay. If you trade GA, how's it gonna do? Guys, name a pair so I don't just randomly, as I'm randomly doing pairs. Or we can talk about NFTs. If everyone's good with majors or some majors. Sheesh. Yeah, does anyone have any idea why dollar is so crazy? I'm kidding. So like dollar is just bullish. Bullish dollar. Oh man. We got so much more to go on dollar. To even consider anything, it's gotta come here. Gotta clean all of this. Up, and what is everything else doing? Going down. So. Yeah. $1.18156. 1.8156. Wait, what? Today? Just now? Why are you trading right now? Gotta give it a rest, man. Can't make all the money in the world. Hey, good for you. Is it good? You know, I can see it. I can see everything. Just into this candle, okay. Oh, you're trading during the time right now? Okay, hey, that works. As long as you stick to your rules. Hey, I'm not ruining your parade. That's what your journal says. Then let's go. I find price action right now kind of boring, so I don't like boring. I like when it's violent. It's just me, angry ape, right? That's what I am. All right, so let's talk about NFTs a little bit. Is that who was making 7,000? Are you still on the call? Maybe he's not. Maybe he is. Your friend is Matthew? Sunny, okay. I actually asked them a question, asked them. Yeah, I saw Sunny in the chat. Cool. So this is what I am into right now, Angry Apes. This is a great community. Sunny and Matthew and all the organizers did an amazing. I don't know how they did it, but what, like 45,000 people already within 2 weeks? Just freaking insane. Like, I wish them nothing but success. I just wish I was that smart. But NFTs, for those who don't know, are non-fungible tokens, which is basically saying like if you it's produced on the blockchain and it cannot be stolen or recreated because there's only one original copy of digital anything asset, right? You can, like, if you see, so it's based on several networks, most of them based on Ethereum network. There's others based on Solana, on Polygon, on a bunch of stuff, but essentially it's the most popular right now is art. But you can have music and movies and concert tickets and whatever. But anything like digital, basically. So you know how do I explain this? So it's basically if like cryptocurrency like Bitcoin or Ethereum, if I give you one Ethereum and then you give that Ethereum to Ryan, it still has the same value of one Ethereum. But you know, if I have something that nobody else has and it's shiny and beautiful, it might grow in value. Endlessly, basically, sky's the limit. So some people ask like, hey, can't you just, like, let's say you drew a picture, can't somebody just take a screenshot or take a picture? Well, yes, they can, but you take a picture of Mona Lisa, nobody's going to buy your picture. Everyone's going to buy the painting. And that's the same thing because it's unique and you have the address from which it came, how you created, aka minted it. No one can take that from you, and it can be set up many different ways. So the more rare it is, the more valuable it is. And then they, like the whole Facebook that changed name to Metaverse, it's like bending the reality between the real world and physical world, because they're going to come up with software where basically you can be with the VR, with everything, in a room with someone creating things virtually and physically and recreating. Like, you can go home and put on the Oculus or something and have a unique, your imagination type of house, like with like beaches and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, I'm talking crazy. I'm listening to myself and I'm kind of going crazy. But what the Angry Apes are is just that they created a community. There's like 8,000 unique apes that are digitally created. So each ape has different color, different attributes, different skin. You know how Pokemon cards are like collectibles, they have, like, Pokemon cards have different features and attributes. So the same thing, like some attributes are super rare, some attributes whatever, and some are super hard to come by. For instance, if there is 5 of similar ones with like gray background, it's cool. But what if the background is made of skulls? Like, oh shit, that's rare. And what if it's only one like that? And what if that is actually tied to getting tickets to see Will Smith in the first row of a concert? Holy shit, now that's much bigger value for someone who likes Will Smith or something. So if whoever is into NFTs, Jake or whoever, you guys know, if you think I'm talking crazy, let me know. Or if you have a better way to explain it, you guys explain it, because I got a bunch of people asking me. And I don't know if I know it to the point where people understand. But and then, so the earlier you buy something, the better. And the creators, though, they can make it all kinds of different way. Yeah, it authenticates everything as a real value, and you can trace it. Now, the creators can actually do it one step further, where they can set it up that every single time the NFT, the digital piece of art or whatever, gets resold from blockchain address to blockchain address, they actually get a cut, like a royalty, just like when you sell a book, you get royalties. So like if I sell it to Ryan for 1 Ethereum and then he sells it to John Smith for 2 Ethereum, I will get, let's say, 10%. And I think that they go between 5 to 15%. 10% of each resale will go to my wallet, because they know where it came from originally. You can always trace it from where it came from originally. So if I own it, aka mint it, buy it, I'm the original owner. They will know that I am the original owner, and I can set it up too. I think if I'm correct, I can set it up too. If I'm the first one purchased from the drop event, they call it drop when they basically put it on sale. So if I'm the first one to purchase it, if they set it up like that, I'm gonna be able to get royalties later, maybe. There's still a lot of questions in my head. You know, I even asked Trade with Matthew to explain it. But they can tie so many things to it. It's so much bigger than just art. Like I know the Angry Apes, they're creating a whole universe. So on top of everything I just said, if you own an ape, just like minting helium or something, every day the ape generates this new token they're creating called Ultra. So it's worth basically nothing. But in the universe that they're creating, that called the jungle, and this token is the jungle, you can buy certain things for your ape, just like goddamn Tamagotchi game or some shit. You can buy like bling for your ape or whatever. And if you get a golden tripod or whatever the fuck, it's gonna get you, let's say, early access to the second drop of the next NFT or the next rare thing or the giveaway or whatever. So like the sky is the limit of what they can do with this whole thing. But the word is, in 10 years, it would be as common as Coca-Cola. So people that are getting in now is basically positioning themselves ahead of, like, basically think of Bitcoin in 2011. You're buying NFTs for the super cheap price. All right. I can't imagine there's gonna be questions because I explained everything so perfect. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, that's all I'm gonna say. And for my guys that were having questions, I can show you what to do. So basically, there's a shit ton of stuff, and I hate it that there's so much stuff in there. But I've figured it out, and there's certain things you can do in their Discord. But like, if we get on one-on-one, I can explain. I want to spend everyone's time here because it's gonna take me forever to go through everything. You got to turn off a lot of stuff is irrelevant. Your main things are pre-sale dates, sale dates, whitelists, and trading related stuff that you can get rolls for. The rest of the stuff is like extra, and they're doing everything there: Twitters, Instagrams, Sneak peeks of future stuff to come, and every language known to man has a separate chat. So like they have Italian chat, Arabic chat, freaking Russian chat, anything, Dutch chat, French chat, like all that stuff. They have suggestion for improvement the service, ask the team, FAQs, like memes, giveaways, like so much stuff. It's like, it's overwhelming. But like I said, you only need to have three things, like public sale, pre-sale, maybe white paper story, white listing, so you can actually get access to that, and announcements. And the rest is just like, seriously, you don't need anything else, I think. I'm also in Forex trading so that I can help out, because, you know, I gotta help out with something I know what I'm doing. No questions. YouTube, no questions.
Nope, good.
Want to go over one kind of Bitcoin or something? Or like any kind of cryptocurrency anyone's interested in? I've been, by the way, taking profits and buying crypto with it. So my portfolio is growing, dude. Made 10% last week.
Beautiful.
Yeah, but if you knew what made me 10% mostly.
I know exactly what it is.
Shiba Inu, the best coin ever.
You and Javier.
I got something like 8 million shares at a price of like nothing, and it's just freaking keeps growing. It needs to fall back to almost zero for me to lose it. I'm just keep huddling. Okay, so let's go over maybe let's look at if there's any divergence between Bitcoin and Ethereum. How's that?
It was actually kind of funny. We were sitting in the lab and I was like, he's like, dude, what should I buy? I was just joking. So I buy you shoe. So he put $75 in. Dude, it's $600 now. So he thinks I'm a genius. And
What
By the way,
what did
this-
you tell him to buy?
the same Ishino.
Shiba Inu, dude?
Shiba Inu. Yeah.
What do you mean six? Oh,
No,
what
that's
it's
his-
worth now, because it's
Yeah.
like barely one 10,000ths of a cent or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. It was his first thing he's ever bought ever. So it's pretty.
but that's a worse coin to buy. Like seriously, don't don't get into the hype. Like I knew when I was buying it, like in August. You know, I didn't just buy it for nothing. I bought it because it was freaking at the bottom.
As a matter of fact, while we're on the stream, he keeps sending me screenshots every 5 minutes because it's free now.
Looks like Bitcoin's going down. Ooh. Bitcoin might be crashing, dude. Soon. We'll see. Still bullish as hell, but there's nothing else to mitigate. Took out liquidity, failed to do anything. Okay. Clean manipulation back to the break and retest. We cleaned some liquidity bullshit. Oh, that's a break and retest on this side that got taken out. But now we got this wick and we're bearish. So that's the target. So that's the target right now. So technically you could sell to here. Let's see if this holds. Gotta see if this holds. And I think we're going down here. down here. And then we'll do this. That's my story, sticking to it.
Hey, let me share my screen real quick.
That is what I think we're gonna do. Take out this wick and then go up. So wait, hold on. 55, 400, somewhere there. For those people trading Bitcoin. All right, go ahead, share.
You gotta let me.
Oh, it's under participants here, okay. Allow. What? Where is it?
Should be right next to the share screen. There should be a little arrow. It should allow you to.
Oh. Maybe. Yeah, okay. I got you. 20K Bitcoin, man, I still waiting for that level. I don't know, Fernando. I just gotta play what I see, and right now I see this wick as liquidity and a huge unmitigated order block there. Oh, very simple.
Some of our stuff, yeah.
Nice.
So I figured, here's, see, this one, that's my story sticking to it. How do you do the
Are we
back?
still recording this?
Yeah. There you go, buddy. It's all you.
Nice. Very, very plain. We
Yeah.
need a logo on there and stuff.
It's on the other
That-
side.
Oh, here we go. We
Yeah.
need, okay. We'll work on it. So, okay, sneak peek for those who, thank you for being on the stream that late. Or thank you for watching recording till the end. We're, like I said, we're doing a lot of things behind the scenes, not just trade, and we're doing merch, customized merchandise of Furious Snipers, or, can customize it to anyone.
Like this one, yeah, you can just put where you're from, put it on there.
All kind of designs, and there's going to be all the products in the world available, anything from t-shirts to freaking cups and keychains. So but yeah, so that's kind of like a sneak peek. There's just 1/100 of what's coming. All right, real quick, for everyone, thank you for coming. Again, subscribe to the YouTube and like us and follow us wherever on social media. Appreciate you all. If you want to join the mentorship, couple of dates. Black Friday, one day, Black Friday, our memberships will be cut in half. January 1st, our membership are going up 50%. So, if you were to join, that's a good time. Either wait for Black Friday, do it now, because with all the success that our guys having passing FTMO and stuff, not to say that everyone's successful. There's people that are struggling, of course, is everywhere. Being transparent, but with all the knowledge that we're dropping, we feel like that's the appropriate thing to do. As far as the boot camp, right now, nothing's on the horizon, but if there is going to be a boot camp, it's going to be probably around a year from now. And it's going to be the best thing that came since Reem hit the trading.
It'd be
But
pretty
anyway,
complex, yeah.
yeah, it's going to be several days long, and maybe
Different.
even an event somewhere, like a live event
I think that would be
with
better.
breakout rooms and shit. That'd
And
be
we could
super
have
cool.
like live stream in for those that can't be there.
Yep, but we'll see. Too early to tell. All right, thanks guys. I'll see you all Monday. I hope you got some value out of this as always, and tell your friends.